It's nice to have you join me again on another episode of Accountprenuer. My name is Bayode Agbi. In this episode, we'll be embracing the power of foolishness in pursuit of our dreams. Let's start this episode with a quote. Only those who are foolish enough to think they can change the world actually do change the world. That quote and a fascinating story I read on LinkedIn actually inspired this episode of how embracing your foolishness is one of the greatest parts to your greatness. Now, the story I read, I cannot say if the truth, how truth it is, the truth of the nature of the story, but the story, I just took the inspiration out of it. I didn't question the veracity or the truthness of the story. Was that during Dangote's 55th luncheon birthday celebration, a lot of people gathered, obviously, and there was a lot of talk within the room. And the room definitely, the talk definitely went towards the economy of Nigeria. With Dangote in the room, they'll be speaking about things like that. And one of the leading reporters actually was reported in that story to have said to the hearing of Dangote that only a foolish man will build a refinery in Nigeria. And Dangote interjected quickly to say, I am that foolish man. And he went ahead to basically unveil his plan to build the biggest refinery in Nigeria. And if effort they've been going through to get it done. We are here in 2023. That was Dangote's 55th birthday. I think Dangote is like 66 now or something. So that's like a 10-year span or 11-year span between that time and now. But now Dangote has been able to complete one of the biggest, if not the biggest, refinery in the world. In this ash economy, in this environment called Nigeria. Now, you know why this story is very important to us? Most of us business owners, entrepreneurs, we are always listening to people that want to make us look foolish. Especially when I'm thinking, now in my line of business, I speak to a lot of startups. And some of them, when I'm speaking to them, they don't believe anymore in their dreams because people have told them how foolish their dreams are. People have kind of made them, they can't even pitch the dream anymore. And that resonates with me personally. And that's why I love this episode of Accountprenuer. Because when I was returning from the UK to start Pillarcraft accounting practices that is basically providing outsourced accounting using cloud solutions to businesses, a lot of people told me how foolish that idea was. In fact, what they were able to tell me was the fact that there were no Nigerians didn't like technology. Small businesses couldn't afford technology. And yes, they were right. A lot of small businesses at that time will prefer to have a pirated accounting software. They didn't, the internet penetration was not as much as today, but I still believed in it. And I started Pillarcraft with that belief. Though yes, I too had that, because when people, when you allow negative talk to surround you too much, you may somehow want to lose track on your dream. And that's why in this episode, I want to really talk of how you must embrace your foolishness and some specific steps or things that you need to do to embrace that foolishness. Now, before I go further, it's important that we differentiate between being foolish and pursuing your dream foolishly. They are two different things. Do not equate being a foolish person to following your dream foolishly. Now, being foolish is basically you taking risk without common sense. However, pursuing your dream foolishly means that you wait out, but you have to be bold in taking those risks and not listening to those conventional reasonings why your dream seems impossible. So how can we foolishly pursue our dream? I'll be giving 5 actionable steps of how you can follow your dream foolishly in this episode. And that will be your takeaway from this episode. So, step 1, embrace your vision. Believe in the potential impact of your dream and let that belief fuel your actions. Number 2 is that you must embrace failure. Understand that the failure is part of the path. It's part of the path that you will take to achieve those greatness. As I've always said, always learn to fail forward. When you fail, make it a stepping stone, learn from it, and use it as a step to the next layer of your dream. Step 3, and this one is very important, support network. Seek out to stay around the people that will support your vision. Look for dreamers like you. Seek out mentors that they may have done things like what you are trying to achieve, maybe in another field or something, or you basically follow them online. I have a lot of people that I follow online. They don't know me, but they inspire me. They're like mentors to me. And there are people that I meet and I speak to them and they tell me their own stories. It may not be things I've experienced. I mean, I tell people around me that when I started cloud accounting, when I started source accounting, I didn't have any older accountants to actually meet to ask opinions on how they've done this. I needed to learn. But meeting them, they gave me insight into something. They even encouraged me about what I was doing. But most importantly, make sure you have that supportive network around you. It's very critical. Step 3, you must be adaptive. You must be resilient. Your journey is not going to be straight. It's not going to be straight. There will be a lot of curveballs that are coming everywhere, especially as an entrepreneur in Nigeria. Things just kind of seem to be going wrong. Staff may go, partners may just say they're no longer interested. Funding may be hard to seek to get. Be very adaptive and don't lose focus on your dream. It's important. Number 5, take consistent action on a daily basis. You don't need those big wins. And when those big wins come, you celebrate them. But what is most important is that on a daily basis, you are taking consistent actions towards your dream. And I used to advise SME startups that come to me, break down your dream into tasks, into milestones, and follow them as you go. That is one important thing also that you do. Now remember, being foolish in the pursuit of your dream can lead to extraordinary results. Be bold and follow your dream. So thank you for joining me on this episode of Accountprenuer. As you pursue your foolish journey, remember, it's only those who are foolish enough that they can change the world actually do. Subscribe to our channels, our YouTube channels, our podcast channels, and follow us on all the social media platforms so that as we drop other episodes, you'll be one of the first to know. Until the next episode of Accountprenuer, bye for now.